Hey, welcome back. So I'd like to talk a bit about the MCIE International Business Model. This is a concept I came up with recently as I thought about how we can work together as a community and do business together. So MCIE is the MemberClouds International Entrepreneurs Group. We are an international entrepreneurs community online with entrepreneurs from all over the world, and it's time to introduce to you the international business model, which is how we're going to make money with each other by doing what we do best. So the best example basically is to remove overlap, to help each other by doing what we do best so that they can do what they do best, right? To be mutually beneficial, to help each other with the business. So the best example, or the best way to explain this is to give examples. So for example, if if you're an entrepreneur, you might be, and you're new, you might be doing a lot of things that are not what you study or what you know about, what you're knowledgeable about, right? For example, if you have an e-commerce store, you're trying to sell things online, you need to have policies in place, return policies, privacy policies, terms of use, terms of service, customer service, and all these different policies in place, right? um, like especially with the GDPR. Basically, if you're shipping or dealing with Europe, you need to be able to have compliance with the privacy, and the GDPR. So you need basically to consult with a lawyer at some point to make sure that you are above board and you are completely compliant. So that is one thing. You can be working with a lawyer because you don't know all the technical and legal requirements that I mean, you can read websites, you can check, and you can do research, you can cut and paste, but ultimately you need someone who's a professional. And you also need like an accountant, because you can do accounting yourself, you can do your own bookkeeping up to a certain point, but then to save the most money in terms of tax and expenses, and how to do bookkeeping, you will spend double or triple the time trying to figure it out than if you just give you all the paperwork, all your the bill payments, or your bank statements, and all the different accounting things to your bookkeeper, who can give it to your accountant, right? So most entrepreneurs, they're doing it all by themselves, and this is something that I understand. You don't want to spend the money in the beginning, but eventually you have to spend it. You have to get someone who's a professional, someone who is able to help you to do things that you can't do on your own. And even if you can do it on your own, it's going to take you more time and more energy and more resources than if you had a professional help you do it. So case in point, right? We have multiple programmers, multiple people in MCIE who can help you with social media or pay-per-click campaigns. They can do online advertising for you, on Reddit, on Twitter, LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, all these places. If you want your company to be successful and to be visible to people, you need to run ads, and you need to be in front of them. You need to show up. This is like the future. Like when we had TV or radio, we had radio ads, we had TV ads, and we found them annoying. We flipped the channel, but sometimes it's just the way, because the more you hear it, the more you see it. You hear the jingle, you hear the slogans, you see the mascots, and you think of this company, right? And when you drive down the road, you think, oh, I'm hungry, and then something in your mind triggers the memory that I want to go eat at this fast food restaurant, or I want to go to that pizza place or that Chinese place for food, right? Because they have good dumplings, or they have good spring rolls, or whatever, or maybe we want to go get some curry, like there's some good butter chicken butterball, whatever, right? So maybe some papadum or something, whatever, whatever you like. Or maybe you want to go get sushi today, and you heard about this restaurant on the radio or on the you saw on the TV that this restaurant just opened, and they have like a buffet, and they have the conveyor belt and everything. So uh, imagine the restaurant owner in the past. They have to do all these different things. They have to cook, they have to collect the money, they have to serve the customers, they have to pour them tea, they have to get them the drinks, they have to they be really busy running around. So that's why they hire people, right? Just like us in this day and age, a lot of things is digital. So if you have an online store, you can actually sell your products to anyone in the world, literally. um, and you initially, you have to package it, you have to ship it, you have to obviously have a good inventory system at your place. Make sure that the warehouse or everything is there. You need to make sure that you don't sell things you don't have, and what have you. And then you need to get the paperwork done. And I say paperwork, I mean like the accounting, the bookkeeping. Make sure that your expenses are lower than and you're not losing money. And you also, like I said, you need a lawyer to make sure that all the policies are in place, your privacy policy, your terms and conditions, terms of service, like refund policy, the shipping policy. All these policies are, like I said, you can do it on your own, but if you have a lawyer, it would save you so much trouble and headache, and you don't have to fear and worry that you might miss, or maybe the customer might find a loophole, right? So or maybe you're not using the proper terms, or it won't stand in court, or like whatever, right? So if your shipping policy or return policy is not clear, people might might get the product but not pay for it, and they say that they didn't receive it. There's no tracking, all the fun bad stuff, not fun stuff, all the bad stuff that can go wrong in your company. So if you have someone to help you promote your products online through like the advertising, through Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, YouTube ads, Twitter ads, Instagram ads, Reddit ads, all the different ads platforms out there, maybe Google ads, get Google AdWords, you shop on Google AdSense and all that, wonderful stuff. So you can't run everything on your own, and eventually you need to hire people, right? You need to hire people to package, to do the inventory, to basically shop for you. You need merchandisers, you need this and that. So basically anyone in a business needs someone else in the business to help them, and they can't do everything on their own, or they would be in a lot of trouble. And it's not easy to do it. Like I said, you can do it on your own, but it's going to take you a lot more time, because you don't have the skills and the skill set and knowledge and the ability and the insights and the wisdom to do things the best way, the proper way, the legal way. Sometimes you might try to cut corners here and there, and it would definitely affect your business, and you're trying to control everything. And a lot of entrepreneurs are control freaks, and we'll talk about that next time in another episode. But like, you need to let go, you need to delegate, you need to trust people. So the business model is all about working together with people around the world, international entrepreneurs around the world, right? If you can hire someone in Jakarta for less money than what, like, I could hire someone in Indonesia for less money than someone I would hire here for bookkeeping, right? So I am paying a bit less, but the person I'm paying is getting paid more in her currency, or his or her currency, and his or her economy, right? So she's getting paid from an international client, which is me, a bit more than the average in her economy, or his economy, or his nation, or his jurisdiction, or his country. He's getting paid well. He's not getting ripped off, right? He's getting paid well. I'm paying him, but I'm paying him less than what I'll pay someone locally, because the standard of living is a bit different here. The cost of living, this and that. So it's really a mutually beneficial relationship, and so this bookkeeper in Jakarta, Indonesia, might be able to have multiple clients. Some may be coming from India, some may be coming from Ukraine, or from the Soviet, well, from Russia, or from China or Mongolia, or US or India, or Brazil or Venezuela, or any of those other countries. So the benefit is he or she may have international clients already, and she's getting paid well, and she doesn't have to focus on all the other stuff. She doesn't have to go do marketing, because she has people in the MCIE who are supporting her business by giving her business in exchange for her service, which is bookkeeping. Okay, and then someone else who he just runs ads. He just focuses on advertising, like LinkedIn ads, Twitter ads, YouTube, Facebook ads, Reddit ads, all the different ads, Twitter ads. He can just focus on ads. He just runs ads. He has clients already. He has clients who are entrepreneurs around the world, part of the MCIE, and he just does advertising, and he brings us good results, so we keep hiring him, right? If he doesn't bring results, we hire someone else. We have multiple people in the MCIE who maybe run ads, who maybe can do pay-per-click campaigns, or can do websites. So if one guy is not good, just hire someone else. Like, you can try people out. Like, it's not saying that you must hire this person unless he's the only one. Like, if he's the only lawyer here, then you can obviously choose someone else. It's up to you, right? You don't have to hire someone here. But if you hire someone here, then you're building up our ecosystem. You're building up our community. You're helping other people in our community to survive and to live, and to put food on the table, to buy what they need to buy, and to feed their kids, and to do what they need to do. Like, you're helping someone to live. You're supporting someone's life. Maybe that person has a sick mother or sick father or something, right? And you're helping them so that they don't have to go to the city to work and find work, and then have to go back to the village to take care of the father or the mother, or the whatever. Like, you're helping support someone financially, in exchange for the service they're providing you, which is of value, which you do pay them fair value or above what they're currently getting in their country. So that's the main concept of the international business model, where entrepreneurs around the world can work with other entrepreneurs around the world and help each other and make money and survive, and it's good for the economy around the world, because the money that I paid someone in Jakarta, Indonesia, helps the economy there, because that person can spend the money to buy bread and to buy food and fish and steak and vegetables, right? You always have to have vegetables and fruit. So they can buy that, and then that in terms helps the economy there, right? So if you are supporting someone's business in Brazil, for example, right, then they can go to they can spend money locally, because they're getting money in. They need to buy food, they need to buy they need to pay for electricity and utilities. The water is not free. Like, they have to pay for fresh, clean water. They have to buy food, they have to eat, they have to sleep, they have to have shelter, they need to have internet. So international entrepreneurs is what this is all about. The MCIE, the MemberClouds, we're basically all members of the cloud, and we can be anywhere in the world. The cloud basically floats around the world. It's basically kind of like the internet, and we are all connected by the cloud, and we are international entrepreneurs because we work with other entrepreneurs around the world. Like, we're not just local entrepreneurs, we're not just people limited by our jurisdiction or our geographic area. We don't, like in the past, people had to travel in order to do business. If you know the story of the Silk Road, they have to go on the Silk Road. They have to bring this and that from one place to another place, and there's the whole story about bringing different products from one place to another. We still do that nowadays, but we use planes. Like we have food that's imported from South Africa or South America. We have recently I got some nice fruit from Israel, so I like to get like Israel's fruit. So they fly it here, so it's commerce basically. Like I'm buying it locally, but the product, the fruit is shipped from flown to Canada from Israel, and so it's helping their economy because they're getting paid. We're paying farmers in Israel to farm and to grow this fruit for us, and we buy it here, and then we eat it, and then we basically help the economy. So this is the economy of the world, and this is the international entrepreneurs. But this is basically different because with them is basically big companies buying the produce of the farmers, while here we are consumers. We buy stuff from the company that bought from the farmers in Israel, right? So but with the MCIE, we're dealing directly with the entrepreneur. We're dealing directly with the farmer. For example, the farmer is an entrepreneur. They have a new they created a new fruit, for example, by mixing two different fruits together, like crossbreeding. Then I think that's basically what they did. So then it's unique. No one else in the world has that. Only people in Israel have this, right? Or technology or software. Only these people have this technology, and they're selling it to anyone who wants to buy it, and they will support you. So you're supporting them, and they support you back because they help you with maybe a CRM or something that you need. So basically, another example. I'm just trying to give you examples, like. If you are a real estate agent, you need to have a lawyer to help you close to make sure all the documents, everything is done, and the money is transferred to the trust fund, and then to be paid to the mortgage company or to the bank, depending on how it's structured. So you need, if you are a real estate agent, you need to have promotion. You need to have people to help you to promote, to run ads, to do lead generation, to do lead nurturing, and then you talk to the clients, you sell them the house, you show them the house, and then if they want to buy it, then you buy it, then you give your documents and everything, they sign everything, they give it to the lawyer makes sure that everything is in order, the money is good, and the credit, everything is good. Then they work with a mortgage agent or mortgage broker, and the mortgage broker will also work with the lawyer, and basically it all works together, right? So the mortgage agent, broker works with the real estate agent, who works with the social media and the advertising guy, as well as the website guy, as well as the bookkeeper, so that everything is recorded properly, and make sure that they are not losing money, and making sure that the payroll is done properly. Everything has to be done properly and legally and correctly, right? So that's the main thing. Like if you are a real estate and you want to buy properties in the Mediterranean countries or the Caribbean countries, you need to have someone there to represent you, to find clients for you, to help you close, to help you do the transfer, land transfer, property tax, all the different things that are involved in that. And if you're buying it but then you're renting it out, you need someone maybe to be a property manager to help you to rent out the property, to manage it, if there's anything is broken, they have to go fix it. they're like a superintendent, or they're like a property manager, or they're like, you know, the estate guy, right? So they make sure that, you know, they are the people on, because you basically, if you're living in another country, you can't always fly down there when the washing machine breaks down. You can't fly down there to fix it. You have to get a contractor to do it. You need to get someone to fix their, you know, basement or their bungalow. Or if a tree fell down during a storm, you need to get someone to remove the tree. You need, if you find like rats in that property, you need to get like pet control or pest control to go fix it. So you need people on the ground in those countries. So that's what I'm saying, that with the world getting smaller and smaller in terms of connection, we are all so connected. We are connected by the internet, by the by a lot of different things. Now we're so connected that we can talk to people around the world, wherever they are, and we can bring value to them, and we can work with them, and we can make business, we can make money, we can generate income and profit from doing business from people around the world. So you never really have a lack of clients. That's what I'm saying. Like in MCIE, we have many people making websites. We have many people doing software. You can hire one of them, and if they're good, you can keep hiring them and keep working on software, keep developing mobile apps, or keep developing, you know, web applications, or, you know, whatever software you're working on. If you're working with someone who's good at accounting, you know, and they're part of MCIE, we can basically help each other in this ecosystem. This is what I believe, and I think one of the best examples is we are forests. We have animals in the forest, we have trees, we have bushes, we have grass, we have we have different things going on in our ecosystem. We're not all the same thing. We're not all the same tree. We are all not, you know, leaves on a tree, right? Every leaf has a function. Every branch has a function. Every tree, shrub, or plant, or animal, or, you know, mammal has a function in the ecosystem. So we need to work together. The tree can provide shade. The animals can, you know, they can fertilize the ground, and then they can grow more stuff, and you know, they can eat the fruit. They can eat the fruit, or they can eat the fruit of the tree or the plant or whatever. So there's a whole ecosystem there, and we all survive together. We all help each other, and it's all beneficial, right? This is what MCIE is all about. We want to be beneficial to each other, as we are an international entrepreneurs community. We want to grow the community. So if you're supporting someone in the MCIE, you're supporting the community. You don't have to pay us directly. We're just creating this entrepreneur international business model to help entrepreneurs around the world. So that's it that's basically the message I want to share with you today. Is time for MCIE to introduce the international business model, because we don't have to be isolated. We don't have to be our own entrepreneur. We don't have to do everything for everyone. We can get people who do what they do best to help us out, to free our time up, so that we can do what we do best, whether it is working with clients, whether it is going for meetings, teaching people. It could be educating, it could be like I said, it could be accounting, it could be financial, it could be legal, it could be technical, it could be educational, it could be spiritual, it could be any of those things. So let us work together, let us help each other, help us build the MCIE. We all benefit from this. It's really a give and take thing. You give and you take, and you benefit from it, and we all, this is like the best way to do business, because like I say, we're all connected in one way or the other, and you know, you need to survive and make money, and to support your family, your business, your economy. It's not just yourself. You can't be selfish, right? We need to support each other. especially in the future when machines and robots and robotics and AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, machines are going to replace a lot of regular jobs, like taxis are going to be replaced by Uber, and then Uber is going to be replaced by automatic driving cars, automated cars, and truck drivers are going to lose their jobs because of this. So they need to find something that they're good at, and maybe they're good at art. Maybe they're good at creating stuff with their hands. Maybe they're handy. Maybe they are good at doing things that machines cannot do right now. Maybe they're good at serving other people, or talking to them, helping them feel good, or working with senior citizens, making them feel comfortable, helping them to get from one point to another point, helping them to get groceries, maybe cooking food for them, right? Like like they still like to drive, and they can deliver food, so they can work with like a local mission, or food drive, or they can go collect food from so there's many different businesses that are going to start very soon. So in some countries it is basically like they can look people they might even be looking after people's sheep or people's goats, and milking the goats and cows, or like taking care of the animals for the people. And then the people who own the farm, they can focus on growing the farm, getting new property, new land. Like there's so many different things going on. So the MCIE is any entrepreneur around the world. You might be doing hydroponics, where you are growing plants indoors, not outdoors. You are still a farmer, but you're not a farmer in the traditional sense. You're not farming your 10 acres of land. You are doing you basically own a building, and you have plants indoors. So you have lighting, you grow the plants indoors. And there's a lot of there's a lot of biotech companies. There's a lot of different companies that are starting very soon, or have just started, and it's becoming more and more vogue or in style. So this is where we are going with MCIE. With the international business model, we want to help and support our community, our members, by giving them a part of our burden. If your burden is social media, you don't like social media, you don't like to be the face of your company, what you want to let people know what you offer, what services, what products you offer, you have to do social media. You have to run ads, you have to do promotions, you have to you have to promote your company, just like we had it back in the day. Those of you who are old enough, you remember that we had TV and radio ads, and when you heard it on the radio, when you're driving, or when you saw it at home on the TV, you would remember the jingles, the mascots, the different people, and the different food that introducing that looks really yummy and good on the TV or on the radio. Like you would when you drive by this fast food restaurant or this place, you would think, oh, why don't I go to that Chinese place there? There's lots of spring rolls, or they have really good dumplings. Or I heard they're doing like a mid-autumn festival thing going on right now. So why don't I go check it out, right? Or you might hear about the new sushi place that has a conveyor belt system, and you want to go check it out, and you've never been to a place where they have conveyor belt sushi system before. Or that other place has really good sashimi, or that other place has a really good curry. You might go for the butterball curry, or go for the papadum, or whatever else. Maybe that other place has a nice dessert, and you heard about it on the radio, or you saw it on the internet. Nowadays it's all internet, right? So you saw, okay, this place has nice bubble tea, I'm gonna go check out the bubble tea, because they have this new tapioca, this this new thing that they created, and it tastes just like Jello. or something, right? And it's very soft, and the people on the radio or on the internet on Snap, not well, on Instagram, they say that's really nice, and people are snapping it with Snapchat, and it's it's very popular. People will be telling me about this on WeChat or on WhatsApp. My community keeps telling me about this, so I'll go check it out. So it's all about that, right? It's all about helping the economy, helping each other in the MCIE. So I think you kind of get the idea. I've given you a lot of examples. I hope that you have a good idea, and like I'm gonna be working with the MCIE core community members to bring this to fruition. So we are always open to any input or suggestions you may have. Let us know your ideas, and we'll try to implement it as much as possible. We will take all suggestions and ideas, feedback, concerns, and incorporate it to what we're trying to do with the MCIE and with the international business model. And ultimately, MCIE, we want it to be a place where good ideas are rewarded. So if you have a good idea, we want to reward you. We want to add you to our team. We want to work with you, because some people have great ideas, and some people are good at execution. They are good at taking ideas and implementing it. Some people are good at doing research. Some people are good at doing various different things, whether it's technical or spiritual, is biological, it's mental, like it's something that's very difficult, like a concept that's really difficult to explain, but you are good at explaining technical, conceptual, intellectual things, and not to argue, but just to like make a point and to explain things in a logical manner. You might be perfect for joining our team. And basically it's a flat organization. We don't really have any hierarchy. We have people with different roles. Different people play different roles, and they have different responsibilities, because they may be in charge of community development, or they might be in charge of engagement. They might be in charge of different things in the community, right? Making sure there's no spam, making sure that the rules are followed, like like housekeeping stuff. So so everyone basically is equal in the MCIE, and we want to help each other, because we know that economically or socially not everyone is equal, but in MCIE we want to treat everyone fairly, and we want us to be responsible, be authentic, and be responsible and help each other. The ultimate goal is to help each other. It's not so much to make money. It is more to help each other and to be economically and socially responsible. So any ideas you have, please share it, and we will try our best to help you as you help us, and we help each other. Like, we want it to be a mutually beneficial relationship, and we want there to be business transactions with each other. I think I've already discussed, or I may talk more about this later on, about how we're going to use blockchain technology to keep a ledger system, so that we know what is happening and who's getting, like, if we have the data to see that a lot of people are working with this person, then this person is doing a really good job. For example, social media. If this person is doing a really good job at social media, then we will promote this person more, right? And then we also want to get someone else who's not as good to learn, and maybe mentor and mirror, or even shadow this person, learn from this person, so that this second person can also have a good social media business with the MCIE. And so we want to have everyone on the same level. Like I said, we want, if someone has more knowledge on Instagram, for example, right, we want someone else to learn as well, and that person might pay to learn, or they might just shadow and work on projects together, do collaborations. This is the beautiful part of it, is we can collaborate internally to help clients externally as well. But obviously our focus is more internally right now, and then eventually we can do external later on. But let's work with this. Like if you are good at something, we see that you're good at something because we can see the transactions. We see a lot of people are working with you and you're making a lot of money, which is great. We're happy for you. We want other people to also learn from you. People who are in your industry, right? People who who you want to share information and knowledge with, and you want to work together with, because working alone is not the best way. Sure, you might get a lot of money, but eventually you have no time. Everyone has only 24 hours a day, and we need to sleep a lot. We need to sleep some of the time away, right? We need to rest. So if you can train someone else, and so you're already number one, and if you help someone else become number two or become number three, they can be happy. They don't need to be number one. And usually they can't replace you because they don't have your ability to become number one. You're number one for some reason, and even number one is just in terms of valuation and how much you're earning. And I'll get more into all these details later on, but basically we want to help everyone. So if number two is not getting enough business, we want to get number two to be as good as number one, and to help number two make a living as well, right? Because they have responsibilities. They have kids. They have a sick father or mother at home. They have responsibilities. They have to do different things. They may be a homeschooling parent, maybe a single parent. Who knows, right? So all in all, I think the business model for the MCIE is really an international business model, and I'm really excited, and I think that this is a very fruitful and beneficial model that we should introduce to everyone in the community, and start to implement this slowly and see what happens. So I'm just going to try it out and share this with everyone. Like, let's figure out how to do this together, because I don't have all the answers, and I think some of you have more experience in this kind of stuff than I do. I just have ideas, and I have hard work, and I'm willing to work hard and implement this, and I'm focusing on the community, right? So if this can help the community, this is like what I love to do. So let's work on this. I think I've given you a really good idea. We want to help international entrepreneurs, and we need a business model, and now we have one. So let's do this.